enough. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. Sorry, I'm late. You are here for cross-examinations, and I am here, and I am very, very, very late. So late. This was just, one of those days, man. One of those days. Phone calls. Boy, phone calls can just take... If you're not drawing, if I was drawing, I should have been drawing something. But, oh my gosh. Phone calls from friends and managers. And then I had to go to have a meeting about Josiah, my special needs child. By the way, they got a kick out of that ridiculous Twitter thing. Auctions tonight. I don't know. I'm debating it. I'm just so mother flipping late on everything because I've just had hours and hours of phone calls and the meeting, which I had to walk to because my wife is gone all day with my daughter and my car's not working. So all my day. This is my day. I finally am sitting down. This is me starting my workday. Although, actually, not fair. Not fair. Earlier in the day, I did... I went to my Kickstarter campaign because... who was it? Java Express, I think? Mentioned in my... Guys, you got to back this campaign. Bless this mess. Come on. It's about my family. Come on, it's my family. It was... Oh, he explained how the tiers go on Kickstarter, and it's that you have to honestly, it's kind of stupid, but it's kind of like what you have to do. So you have to add stuff to every tier. So the $10 one is the $10, then the $20 one, and then you can't delete them. You can't edit this. Kickstarter really needs to up their game because Indiegogo's platform design and the way it works is so much better. This is just frustrating. I couldn't delete this tier because I added this reader's copy. So there's the reader's copy, which 13 people backed, and then reader's copy plus, which is the reader's copy plus the digital copy. Right? Hey, look, somebody back that one. Great. And then the signed keepsake copy, and then signed keepsake copy plus, which is only $10 more. I wanted to get rid of this one and just make this one, but whatever. So it's the keepsake copy plus the reader copy plus the digital copy. So I had to do that with almost all of my tiers, right? For the kids tier, that one's way down here because it's $90, which gives you the For the Kids tier donation plus digital copy, soft cover, keepsake copy, right? So you can go down the whole thing. And I had to start piling on the stuff to every tier for people who wanted to get more than one thing. And I'm like, this is so much frustrating. So much frustration. Yeah, help me fix my car. Back his book. It sounds confusing. Brett, you have no idea. You have no idea. Just figure out how much you want to back, and then go see how much stuff you get for that. So if you want to back $200, you can get the sketch hardcover plus the soft cover plus the keepsake copy plus the digital copy. So you get a bunch of stuff. And then if you're just insane and you want to get everything, I have the super fan want it all $1,000 tier, which has a Sunday strip, a regular 2-day strip, original sketch cover hardback, original Bless Your Mess sketch covers. That's 2 sketch covers, hardbacks, and a signed so 3 hard covers, and a soft cover, and a reader copy, and a digital copy, plus the signed art print. So much stuff. So if you're one of those guys yesterday who you wanted to get 2 things, but you didn't want to, but it wouldn't let you buy 2 separate things, go figure it out today. So I haven't had time. It's flipping 5, 6 o'clock. And I should have been promoting this all day, but I've been dealing with all this other stuff. This is a very bad, essentially first day of the campaign. Second day? Does it count as a second day yet? I guess it counts as a second day of the campaign, but yeah, it's the second day. Oh, I have a lot of hair I need to pull out. But hey, you know what? You cross-examination fans, friends, you are the guys. Oh, by the way, like and share. I need to go do that too. You're the guys that told me to do this campaign, so I fully expect you to back it. All right, let me like, share, and then yeah. Gosh darn it, should I do the auctions tonight? I'm just kind of worn out already, and I haven't even started my day. So much to do. I have 2 covers to draw that I've already done the breakdowns on. Sorry, this is me in stress mode. So please pray for me. Auction this mess. It's Timothy. Okay, so I'll tell you. I got a call from a friend today who's part of the comic book industry, and he's like, "What is the deal? What is going on? And how can he's been talking to people about helping him to put his stuff on crowdfunding campaigns and all of this stuff, and he's like, is what's going on with this whole world and whatnot. And so I had to talk him through and kind of explain him what kind of a mess this all has been, and kind of the state of where the Comicsgate, I don't like bringing it up. It's not, it just turns into a thing. But I was explaining to him that it's like, look, it's long term, because he thinks it's like, did he miss the boat? Is it bless the stress? Sadie, that's yeah. So I was on the phone with him for like, I don't even know how long. It seemed like at least an hour. And then I had to go to the thing, and then I had to come back. And then I took a shower, and then as soon as my shower was over, my manager called, and I was on the phone with her for like an hour or something. I don't even know, man. This is just one of those days that I can't possibly catch up on this day. And tomorrow's Saturday, and then Sunday, and it's like I hate feeling like I've burned through time that I needed to be doing work. But I mean, the meeting about JoJo was very good, so that was necessary. Actually, I'm glad I went. But it is one of those things that just burns through my day. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, where things are in the wider world, right? Of crowdfunding and whatnot. And I was explaining to him, it's like, look, it's the movement may be broken, burned, crippled, whatever, however you want to say it. Obviously, it'll never be what it was in 2018. That'll just never happen. But I think if the movement is kindling for a fire, it's like I want to be the log that you set on the kindling, right? The kindling burns hot, it burns fast, and it burns out. But you want the fire to keep going, so you got to throw those logs on there, those big, fat, heavy, hardwood, oak fire. That's what we need to build from the ashes of Comicsgate, right? So that means getting independent and professional creators alike to make the whole crowdfunding model blossom under various kind of readership. Mike, are you talking about burning things again? I got to read this real quick. Bianca Fight the Zombie says, I read Lone Star last night. Excellent. Thank you, Bianca. And here you just thought I was a fat midget. I don't know yours. Are you talking about burning things? Oh, yeah, I just read that. I still want normal comics. I want a healthy comic book industry, and I want crowdfunding to be a means to a greater end. But I want it to be its own part of the healthy industry. If everyone can sort of move into the Brian Pulido space of how he functions in the crowdfunding model, he doesn't do drama. He doesn't even do YouTube. He just does his books, and he is good to his fans, right? And he builds up over time, and now he does almost $250,000, or more than roughly $250,000 every time he does a campaign. This is such a beautiful model, and it's something I don't want to say anybody can do it. I don't want to say anybody can do it, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and it takes a lot out of you. So can anybody do it? No, cannot. No, anybody cannot do it. Can a lot more people do it who don't? Yes. And there are some people, like I said, I've got friends in the industry who won't even go on camera for like TV. I'm looking at you, Jay Lee. That guy, so he will never go on YouTube. He will never do this particular business model, which I am endeavoring to grow in, is the be your own influencer model of crowdfunding. Obviously, I'm trying to do other things as well, other forms of marketing, advertising and whatnot. But I'm looking at this, plus this mess, and what a stumble out the gate mess I've made of this campaign. Honestly, I didn't do the research. I really, if I was smart, I would scrap this and start over and just clean up the tiers, but it's already open. I don't know what I can do. Gigantic Android. I don't think crowdfunders answered the problem CG had with the industry. Writing for trades, relying on variants for multiple purchases, expensive comics. No, crowdfunding isn't the solution to the problems in the industry. It's not. Building up companies that are viable competition to Marvel, DC, Image, that's the only way you can actually deal with it. If you can do a comic book company, if you can build a comic book company to a point of success, because there is a market out there that is dying for just good comics that aren't, politically driven. I know, Magnificent Seven, it's a totally different thing. Just good, solid comics with great characters and great characterizations. It'd take a lot, but competition breeds excellence. And right now, there's no competition for that, because all of the publishers are doing the same crap. Well, except, I don't know, is Boom? I feel like Boom isn't falling into this trap. And I mean, Dynamite's not really that big, but they're also not really pushing into here's the thing, you can't be so reliant on just trying to pay the bills that you're just creating licensed property after licensed property after licensed property in order to pay the bills, so that you can squeak out a few comics that are creator-owned IPs or your company-owned IPs, in order that you can try to sell those into Hollywood. This whole marketing plan of trying to just afford to do a few books so that you can get these things made into Hollywood, that's not a good marketing plan either. So, I mean, I know you guys might think I'm high, it's a pipe dream or whatever, but my long-term plan for Blacklist Universe in 15, 20 years is, to be big enough to be taking on those guys. It's my jam. That's my goal. And it might be pie in the sky and it might be crazy, but whatever. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Brian Pulido's primary business is everyday web retail. His product happens to be comic book IP. Everyday web retail. That's a good way to put it. It's a good way to put it. Once again, guys, link is in the description. Link is in the chat for Kickstarter. Bless this mess. Comic book. Let's see. If Samedi had broader reach and a better variety of titles, then that would be a step in the right direction. That is. I agree with you, Ray Thulu. The problem with what Samedi is doing is that essentially what he's doing is discount Image, right? The problem with Image is that you don't go to Image Comics and buy a copy of Saga and you're like, oh wow, Saga's so good, it makes me want to buy Savage Dragon. No. That is the problem with having disparate creators and a disparate publishing house where all of the, well, okay, you might have like the Savage Dragon universe. What is Eric published? One book now, so that's gone. You might have the Top Cow universe, and so Witchblade might drive you to want to pick up Darkness, or I don't even follow them anymore. But that's all fine, right? But they're all separate creator-owned properties. None of them draw you to buy the other books like Marvel and DC do, right? Spider-Man. I never buy Spider-Man, but oh, look, Spider-Man guest starred in this issue of X-Men. That makes me interested in where this is going with the Spider-Man story. So I'll go pick up the next issue of Spider-Man. You have this cross-continuity and you have this cross-pollination with your own titles because it's all based in a singular universe. The same thing you have with DC Comics. The same thing you're going to have with Blacklist Universe. Lion Forge, I think, is trying that. Cross-Gen was at least in the same galaxy. They were all on different planets, but somehow or another they united them with the branding of the yin-yang thing. This is why I want Blacklist Universe to be a universe. That's why it's Blacklist Universe, right? I want to build something for the future because that's the model that grows an entire, they say rising tide lifts all boats, but it's not the case in like an Image or an Alterna, right? You can't have Walking Dead's, the tide for Walking Dead may have gone through the roof, but Savage Dragon isn't selling more than 4,000 copies. Walking Dead being a New York Times bestseller didn't help Savage Dragon at all, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's why the Peter Samedi model, it's discount Image, and it'll be great for those guys, however they want to do it. But I have a much bigger, deeper plan. You never fell for that ever, Todd? When I was a kid, I never read Daredevil. But I loved Wolverine. Could you stop banging on the door or whatever you're doing? But there was one issue of Daredevil where Wolverine was on the cover and he's like holding some guy up or something like that. And I was like, oh, Wolverine's in this issue of Daredevil. So I bought that issue of Daredevil. And then I got into Daredevil. and I went back and I tried to get all the Frank Miller Daredevils. This was way back then, way back in the day. Hey, Edwin, if you're not busy, you want to pop on for cross examinations. 2 books a year won't cut it. To build and grow a universe, you need momentum, at least bi-monthly. I agree with you, Seven. I do agree with you. What is happening now is not cutting it. Hold on a second. I have to go beat someone with a stick. Oh, they disappeared. Aside from Hellboy and BPRD, not a lot of universes are made by one creator. Well, here's the thing. The plan. Okay, when I was pitching this Blacklist universe as, I know, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be cross-examination. Well, it's late examinations, I guess, technically. The plan with Blacklist universe, and I think I have a video on here where I promoted all this. I sort of what Mitch is doing, except for it seems like he's doing a bunch of disparate titles in his own company, which again, to me, I was willing, if someone was going to come in here and plunk down, $3 million or whatever it is to just go full bore and create a comic book universe, I was willing absolutely to divest myself of ownership of these characters. I don't care. I'm not one of these guys who's so intent that it's like the whole image wave and it's like everyone should have their own creator rights. Blah. I don't want to get screwed as a creator, but if someone's going to come in here and drop millions of dollars to fund a universe, then I was willing to divest myself of ownership in order that I could build out the universe. What do you need? It's on the Curio or whatever you call that thing in the kitchen. Sorry. Apology accepted. Beast. So, I know I hear good things about cattle prawns. I got $5. Does that buy a universe? No, didn't go full Mitch. Right. So what I'm saying is that I was aiming for the Marvel model or the DC model, right? Where, yeah, I would want control over content, but I didn't need ownership per se. But I wanted to make sure that when people brought stuff into the universe, it belonged to the universe, right? Stan Lee, look, man. How many of you are huge fans of Jack Kirby's creator-owned stuff? A handful of people, right? The stuff we love is the stuff Jack created for Marvel, for DC. The stuff that was plugged into a universe and then became like cogs in a machine. They had their own life. They were taken over eventually by other creators, right? How many of you are big fans of all of Joe Simon's creator-owned stuff? How about Stan Lee's creator-owned stuff? Nobody cares about any of it. Am I right? Or am I right? And that's kind of how I looked at it. I don't care about me. I want to care about the creations. I want to care about the universe. I want to be able to grow something that is its own thing. And in 2 generations from now, I want my grandkids to think like, oh man, I don't want them to think, oh, my dad owns Lone Star. I don't care about that. But if Lone Star is on T-shirts and in movies or whatever it is in 20 years, and my grandkids are like, My dad created that, right? Stan Lee created Fantastic Four, created this, that, and the other, and X-Men, and all this stuff. No, he didn't own it. He got, sold out, whatever it was. I think the whole creator-owned thing is, I don't want creators to get screwed, but I think we went so far overboard that that nothing rose to challenge Marvel and DC for real. You could argue that they spent their best ideas early on, or that they were products of brilliant collaborations. Fantastic Four, Jack Kirby, was 44 years old. 44 years old. Right? Anyways, that's my mentality about the thing. The whole thing. That's why my Blacklist universe, I'm not concerned about me. Blacklist universe isn't about me. It's about the characters. It's about the characters. It's about the universe itself. Am I going to be able to do all that? No. What I'm trying to do now is plant the seeds for a universe that I will direct, but exactly, I want Blacklist Universe to eventually become a collaborative effort between a bunch of really great guys, really great creators and characters, and people who are willing to put their best efforts into something because they want to see it grow as well. Understand? I think you guys get it. It's never too late to be great. That's right. Blessings to Sharon Marlowe. Hey, we are 27 minutes in. As soon as Edwin gets in here, I'm going to bump over to Psalm chapter 36. But until then, if you guys got any questions for me, any questions about Bless This Mess, hey, please, by all means, let me at it. Let it at me. Hey, my manager had a question for you guys. Who are some of your favorite YouTube personalities? Like big YouTube personalities. And please don't say anybody in Comicsgate. There's no such thing as a big YouTube personality in Comicsgate. Hello, Edwin.
Hey, aloha.
Hello, Edwin, my old friend. It's nice to visit with you again.
Yeah, it is not often that I get cross-examinations during the week.
I know. Well, it's not often that I'm this bloody late. Chad Tronic? Who's Chad Tronic? Stephen Molyneux. Talk to the Romanian. Various similar plans I have cross comics. Very good, Cross. Edwin Shadivicity. Oh, Jazza.
Jazza.
I wonder if Jazza can act.
I'm sure he can.
This will be unpopular, but I like Simon Dan, especially when he trashes flat earthers. All right, maybe this was a silly question to ask. This is regarding a project. Steven Crowder, that's true. I don't know if he could take time. And probably not. I don't want to get too political with that. All right. Hey, let's talk about Psalms chapter 36.
Chapter 36. All right. King James or
always.
All right. Give me a moment. Book of Psalms 36.
Greetings to all. $20 for Mike's Eternal Soul confirmed. That's not accurate, but you can try.
King. You're gonna tell me if you want me to pause?
I will.
Hang on a second. Father, let me and Mike be good examples. All the glory is yours, and reveal your will to us. Bolster our hearts. Give us a spirit of love and charity towards our fellow men, and lead them to your Son in his eternal and boundless grace. And in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Psalms 36. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He hath left off, so he's forgone. He refuses to be wise and to do good. He devises mischief upon his bed. He sendeth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reacheth unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is like the great mountains. Thy judgments are a great deep, O Lord. Thou preservest man and beast. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the river of thy pleasures. For with thee, I always see this as a reference to Christ. For with thee is the fountain of life. In thy light shall we see light. O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee, and thy righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove me. There are the workers of iniquity fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise.
I can't even comment.
And David's pleas and praises to God. David is such a good example for us, because he was this young man thrust into establishing the kingdom of Israel, and so many sacrifices along the way. You know, having the scorn of the king. The king came to hate him, even though David thought of Saul's son Jonathan like his own brother, closer than a brother. He said he was more dear to him than a woman. And David triumphs against impossible odds, right? Impossible odds. The only way that David was able to triumph was through the strength and power of God. And he comes so far and he forgets it all then. Yeah. I mean, David did some heinous things.
Mm-hmm.
But God said, David is a man after my own heart, because he will do my will. Not because he's perfect. Not even because he's particularly obedient all that time. David was a fantastic example for us as sinners.
7 says, I read this as David making a triumph against himself. That's interesting. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of God in his eyes. Transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, There is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself with his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart. Maybe we need to Blue Letter Bible this.
Blue Letter Bible.
Psalm 36. Sorry, that was just making me emotional.
It's possible, Seven. He could have been writing this in a reflective moment.
Oops, that's not where I type.
All right, I don't do this often. Let me jump over to. I wonder if I can get. Yeah, I got Young's literal.
Children of the wicked saith within my heart. My heart.
The transgression of the wicked is affirming within my
heart. The heart. Very widely for the feelings of the considered courageous, friendly, most kind, willing, wisdom. Stout, double-hearted, considered, courageous. Likewise. Perhaps my is a mistranslation.
All right, I've got Young's literal open. You ready?
Yeah.
To the overseer by a servant of Jehovah, by David. The transgression of the wicked is affirming within my heart. Fear of God is not before his eyes. For he made it smooth to himself in his eyes, to find his iniquity to be hated. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He ceased to act prudently, to do good. Iniquity he deviseth on his bed. He stationed himself on a way not good. Evil he does not refuse. On Jehovah. So we got the statement here, could be reflexive. He could be searching his own actions. O Jehovah, in the heavens is thy kindness. Thy faithfulness is unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is as mountains of God. The judgments are a great deep. Man and beast thou save, O Jehovah. How precious is thy kindness, O God. And the sons of men in the shadow of thy wings do trust. They are filled with the fatness of thy house, in the stream of thy delights. Thou dost cause them to drink. It's almost, yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death. For with thee is a fountain of life, and thy light we see light. Draw out thy kindness to those knowing thee, and thy righteousness to the upright of heart. Let not a foot of pride meet me, and a hand of the wicked let not move me. There have workers of iniquity fallen. They have been overthrown and have not been able to arise. Maybe he could be searching himself. Maybe. It's possible, Seven.
Possible. I don't read it that way, but
it feels more internal, it feels more externally directed.
It does. It does to me as well. The grammar could be a possessive form of heart.
David is not normally subtle in that way. When David has messed up, it's usually, and he's pleading to God for forgiveness, it's usually very...
Yeah, he owns it.
Yeah.
That's why he's a man after God's own heart, is because he's self-reflective in that, and he owns his sins. Confesses his sins, and he thanks God and begs God for forgiveness. So
yeah,
it would just be out of character.
Yeah, David is just not generally subtle in that way.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else have any comments, questions, suggestions? Remember to smash that like button. That's a very good suggestion. the reading of Psalms wants me to want the TV show Kings back. I don't think I've ever said that. As in when Paul said that it is the sin in his flesh that he struggles against, that we all struggle against. Yeah, that's true, but that's also Paul. That's you have to take in mind, this is the words were breathed by the Spirit, but they were written by the man. And David has a fair consistency about how he deals with such issues. So it's nothing to be contentious about, but I don't read it the way you're reading it. Aloha, Peter Mike. Almost pre-Friday night auctions, cross-examinations. Am I right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do Friday night auctions. I'm just so kind of discombobulated today.
You went for 6 hours.
Yesterday too, yeah.
All right, let's stay on this thought for a moment. I've got Psalms 5, and it's a short one. Let me get in King James Version. You ready? I mean, David has subtlety, but he doesn't usually express his subtlety in that way. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
In Psalm 5's, give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning. O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not a God that hate pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward the holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness. Because of mine enemies, make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout out for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, will bless the righteous. With favor will thou compass him as with a shield. So there's a similarity and a difference there, but there's not. It's very direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 says, the reflective sense puts the shift into mercy and loving kindness into context.
Yeah, 7, but Selah.
There's a constancy to, I mean, you can't take Psalms, you can't take a Psalm out of the context of the Psalms, and it's very consistent the way that David talks about evil men and covetous men and spiteful and all this stuff. This is just another beat in a very long song. So you'd have to be taking it completely out of context in order to have that reading. Again, not something worth contending about, but it seems like you want to.
I'll give it some thought though.
That is the default state of man. It's wisdom that gives man the reflection of his own nature, of which he can begin to depart or made righteous by faith.
Let's see. Jay Hamilton says, what are we reading? Well, we started with, was that Psalm 36, Mike?
Yeah.
And then 7 broached the question, is David examining his own flaws there? And I'm kind of summarizing. And then Mike and I were looking the way it's written, and we think, no, it wasn't quite that. And then we went to Psalm 5, because I kind of believe that David is the direct man. I mean, it's not that he's not intelligent or anything like that, but David is is the straight arrow, either the straight arrow towards godliness or to wickedness, but he's always that straight arrow just barreling right ahead.
Yeah, he says, I read it as both personal and universal. Well, I mean, I'm not one to ever dissuade somebody from, personally being convicted of their wrongs and seeing the evil in their own life. Obviously, I think that's why confession is such a vital part of our daily prayer. But I just personally don't see it. But if you see it, then go with God, my friend. Go with God.
Definitely something to think about, though. Thank you, Seven.
All right, let's stop. Well, here, let me just put it back on Bless This Mess. See if we've moved at all. Probably not.
Bless this mess.
Hey, we got another Becca. Right on.
Cool. I shared it out on my Facebook today.
Oh, thank you. Look at this mess now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I turned one off.
Good Lord.
Turn it off, but I can't hide them.
Good Lord.
I know, because I think it was Jawa told me how Kickstarter tiers actually work, and I'm like, so that's why you can't buy more than one tier as a buyer. You have to actually start just pigpiling your tiers up, tier by tier by tier by tier. So if people want to get,
oh yeah, it's supposed to be progressive.
Yeah, it's progressive. What the heck? They should change that. They really need to fix that, because it's. And then I couldn't go in and delete the original tiers, so I have a bunch of these tiers up as either Reader's Copy or Reader's Copy Plus, and they're the same price.
Yeah. Kickstarter, and this is why you don't build a Kickstarter campaign live. And now you know.
Well, if someone had told me.
Now you know. And knowing's half the battle.
My tiers have tiers.
Yes.
So you should have went to IGG. No. Going to Kickstarter. It was important that I try. And it is a totally different audience. Well, not a totally different audience, but some of the Kickstarter audience are different people that aren't on Indiegogo. And I was hoping that
go to your community tab.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah.
44 people, 9 new backers, 35 returning. How do I have? Oh.
Not returning to you. So 35 of the people. So what is it? You've got 44 backers. So 90% of your backers, well, not quite. 80% of your backers. 80% of your backers had already backed a project on
Kickstarter.
Right. So people get caught up with the gatekeepers of Kickstarter, right? But 90% of the books on Kickstarter are not woke. They're not SGW screeds. They're just stories. Just regular old stories. 90% of the fans purchasing comic books on Kickstarter are not woke SJWs. They're just comics fans. Don't get caught up with the one thing. Well, because of this one thing, I cannot provide a service to these people.
Campaign. All right. That's a good idea, posting to some places on Facebook.
Yeah, I shared it on my let's see. What was the strip I shared? Because I like this strip too. This was good. Where did I put my StreamYard tab?
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. Please do feel free. There's 50 people watching now and only 44 backers. That means 6 of you is not not back. I'm not sure that's how the math works, but it is the cross-examinations crowd that convinced me that I should do this. So
yeah.
Both platforms have great books. Yeah. Oh man, I saw some cool looking stuff on Kickstarter.
There is cool stuff.
Yeah.
Do you see? You see how I'm sharing a?
Hold on, I'll share it. Yeah.
Tell you what, you play you, and I'll be Elijah.
What are you studying in school right now, Elijah?
Duh. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights, Daddy. What exactly are rights?
Well, basically, it's a God-given freedom. The Declaration defined our right to break free of England because of our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Then why did we need a Bill of Rights?
Throughout history, governments have taken rights from the people through slavery, serfdom, economic oppression, all kinds of evils. The Bill of Rights set limits on what our government could do to the people they represent.
The Second Amendment says we have a right to bear arms. Does that mean the government has to provide us all with guns?
No, having the right to something doesn't always mean it's free. Just that no one can stop you from acquiring that thing.
So, like free speech, I can say whatever I want, but I can't just go into a radio station and take over the microphone?
Right. Your rights end where another's rights begin. Someone else paid for that microphone, transmitter, etc.
That makes sense. Man, to think the founders came up with all that without the internet.
Yeah, they were pretty old school. Not one of my funnier strips.
But I like it. I was in that mood today. I like it.
John Wick says, too many words.
Words.
Better than a bill of lefts, says Seven. That's a hard word to say, lefts.
A bill of lefts. Yeah.
You also have the right to remain silent. I do not practice that right.
Yeah, that's the one I shared on. That's the one I shared on Facebook.
Right on.
That's all. That's all. Just
I
one.
want a free cannon now.
Equal rights,
So, can you name all of these bad guys in the corner here?
equal lefts. When you got, I think I see Genghis. I see Stalin. Is that? Hang on. Let me go to that. I'm looking at StreamYard. Hang on. Let me go back to the strip.
You're gonna laugh because I did this a long time ago.
Oh shoot! Where did I put the crazy tab that I was sharing from? Oh, here we go. All right, so we got Stalin. That is Mao. It's Genghis Khan. Is that Dylan Roof?
No.
Who's that kid?
Caesar Caligula.
Oh, is it? Caesar's evil, yo. Mike Stradamus with the
Mike
Comicsgate prophecies.
There you go.
It was prophetic.
I don't even remember what year that was. That was 4 or 5 years ago.
Let's see if you dated. Hang on, I've got the strip. Did you date it? Did you put a? I don't see a date.
No, but I haven't done these 4 years. I finished these all before Comicsgate was even a blink in anybody's eye. Mike predicting the future there. 2016. Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh, I got another one.
Yeah,
I'll be. Who is this?
Isaac.
Isaac. I'll be Isaac. Daddy, you draw superheroes, right?
Yep, Isaac, that's my job.
You should make one that's good. One who doesn't lie or kill or hurt anyone he doesn't have to.
You mean someone who stands for truth, justice, and the American way?
Yeah. Are there any superheroes like that?
There used to be. This was after I saw Superman versus Batman, I think. Or something like that.
All right. I take my thingadoodle off.
Mike can see the future. Well, interesting. I bet original art buyer claims that page. 7, you buy original art yet? Yeah, that would be a Sunday strip. So that would be a Sunday strip. Got mine. Sign it real pretty. All right, Sharon, I'll do my best. Wait, did I go up one?
Did you? Let's see.
I don't know. What was I at?
Bye, bye, Miss
44 or 45?
American
Hold on a second.
I think you did. I think you did. You're at 45.
So I was at 44. I was at 44. All right. Thank you. Is that you, Sharon? Did you just do that? Did you do that? The look in Mike's eyes in that last panel. That was post Injustice. Mike had seen too much.
They were singing.
Oh, good, 7. You did get them. I hope you like them in real life. I don't think I even scanned those. Yeah.
See, one was with the motorcycle, right?
No. That was Roscoe.
Oh, there's Roscoe. What did 7 get?
7 got the cover commission with Lone Star just bursting through the glass, and then he sent me an issue of Cyberfrog, and I did the Lone Star standing in front of the airplane with the dogfight in the background.
Yeah.
What's up, Gary? All right, we got 3 minutes here until we wrap this up. I don't know. What should I do about the auctions? Should I bother?
Well, when does your intuition tell you? When does your intuition tell you? Do you even want to stream, or do you want to take the night off? Because you had that long stream yesterday.
I know, but this is day 2, and I should be promoting, but this is very.
Well, are you going to draw anything? What kind of entertainment are you going to provide?
I don't know, man. I'm burnt.
Yeah. we could do a relaxed auction where it's kind of mixed, and the Comics Bear says, "Do the auctions, Mike. People are already here."
Yeah, but I'd have to start up a new stream, and then 46 people. You'd all just vanish. Kevin is streaming an auction right now. Well,
the K-Sharp.
There you go.
Gigantic Android says, "Entertain us, Mike. Play us a
Shall
song, you're the piano man.
Tap dance?
Play us a song tonight."
So I know it doesn't matter. This is just ultimately nonsense. But now, day 2, Kick Track has me trending to 32,600, which somehow or another went up from yesterday. It went down, then it went up. Trends are not predictions, clearly. So I don't know. Oh, wait, it went up again. 46 backers. Oh, thank you, whoever did that. Feel free to take credit in the chat. Thank you very much. Dance for us, comic boy. You need to rest. Let Edwin run the auction from here and draw and talk and auction and stay on this stream. I can't. This stream ends in 1 minute.
Yeah. So we'd have to restart one.
Start up another stream, but I've got to do some work. And
if we do an auction, it'll be very casual.
That's what I'm thinking.
We'll work them around drawing.
Work them around my rigmarole.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys want to come back.
What do you want? Maybe a 15-minute break, Mike?
Yeah. Well, 10 minutes. 6:50.
10 minutes. Okay.
We can launch at 7.
All right, we'll do an auction. We'll do an auction, but it's going to be casual. It's not going to be the
casual auction Friday.
So it'll be an auction, and then we'll do some art and some other stuff, and then we're not just going to go bing bang boom.
Yeah. None of that heavy stuff. I ain't up. Maybe I should have some coffee. Oh, I'm out of coffee. No, I think I have coffee. I don't know, coffee or not. I got up too late for a nap. Casual Friday auctions. That's what it'll be called. It's 1 hour now. Thank you all for backing. Bless this mess. Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. Edwin, I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Peace out.